Okay, now let's do a part 3 of 3. So now, if you look at the client 8, it has a total of 1024 addresses. Use the class C address to chart to break down sub network addresses for their different branch offices. At this stage of the problem, you are creating subnets with the 4th octet of the IP address, right? So now let's take a look at this previous IP address, right? So now when you draw this, right? When you draw this, and this is what? This is the, oops. This is what? This is a class, oops. This is the IP address space for the ISP XYZ, right? And then we have client 1. This is client 1, right? And then client 2 and all the way, and somewhere here, right? We have client 8. And since the client 8 has /22 address space, right, block size, it can have what? It can have 1024. It can accommodate this many IP addresses, right, with the /22. Okay, in problem number 3, we are going to divide this network. So I'm going to use different color this time. Right? We are going to apply class C VLSM to even subdivide, divide this network into many different pieces. Okay? So in essence, okay, so let's look at the class C, right? So we are going to divide this network into many different pieces, right? And this, each one, right, theoretically, right, we have to call it sub network, theoretically. Why? Because starting from this, right? And this, each of them is called sub, right? And then we are going to divide this sub network, right, into many different pieces with a different size. So theoretically, we have to call it sub network. Okay, but I think in this slide, it just the author call it sub network. Okay. Anyway, okay. So now let's look at the let's take a look at this green network, client number 8 with a /22. And okay, so what is given, right? So this is something that you should start, right? Okay, so this is our starting point, the client number 8. And then first requirements is North High. So I think this is probably the high school or middle school name. So school name. The North High has requirement is 2000. Oops, this is not. Hold on. Sorry. The branch number 1. Okay. So the branch number 1 requirement is 100, right? So this is right size for the class C. So by looking at this number of addresses, right, this requirement, we know that we have to use a class C chart, right? So this is a class C, and /24 is 256, /25 is 128 host, and /26, with the 26, the network has hold up to 64. So I think the /25 is the right size, right? So /25. So the /25, 128 host. And 0 to 127, right? So our starting point is with 100. Requirement starting point is 208.124.0. So this is our starting point, right? This is our starting point, 2.0, and then all the way 15.208.124.127, right? Since we are using class C chart, right now we are manipulating the 4th octet, right? So we are manipulating the 4th octet. So 127. Okay, and the next requirement is a 55, right? With a 55, what? 27 is too small, and slash 26 is right size, right? 55. So with the 55, if you just add 1, right? Add 1 here. 15.0208 dot what? 124.128, right? If you add 1. And then this one is 15.208.124 dot what? Was it 50, right? So we have to use this. So 128 through 191, right? So 191. And then 4th octet. Okay. And basically this is what? This is a class C VLSM, right? For the class C VLSM, we know that we have to manipulate what? 4th octet. And this is something that you did in the previous, we did in previous lecture. So I'm going to stop here, right? And then there's a solution is, yeah, solution is right there for the class C, right? Okay, now, before we move to the next topic, I want you to take a look at this. Okay, a couple of things. Let's take a look at the branch 8, right? The branch 8, the number of addresses is 2, right? So this is like branch 8. So the number of addresses is 2. So for the 2, we have to use what? Slash 30, right? For the 2, we have to use a slash 30. Oops, so IP address is what? Can I just copy? Let's see if I can copy. And then paste. Wow, I like that, yes. Okay, so the IP address is what? 15.208.124.248 through what? 15.208.124.251, right? And this is slash 30. Okay, so I need a volunteer, right? For this network, right? I need a volunteer. Okay, what is the broadcast address? Oh, actually, what is the last usable host IP address? Given this network, this is slash 30, right? And I just got this from here, branch number 8. So what is the last usable host IP address?
Is the last usable IP address at 15.208.124.250?
Thank you. Thank you so much. What is your name?
Esra.
Okay, Esra. Thank you. Esra, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
So that's what? That's the last usable, right? So this slash 30, right? How many usable host IP addresses? Only what? Only 2. Because the first usable, right? First usable host IP address is 15.208.124.249, right? So that's the first and this is last. And then of course this is a network address and this is a broadcast, right? This is a broadcast. And obviously this is a network address, right? And anything, any block you know that this is what? This is a network address, broadcast address. Network address, broadcast address, right? The same thing for the 30. This is a network address and this is broadcast address. And this is like first usable and last usable. So with the block size of 30, right? You only can have 2 usable host IP address, right? And then maybe I can ask you this question. Is this really useful? I mean, come on, the network with only 2 usable host IP address? Is there really, is there any, you know, this is like, is this really like useful? Like /30 is commonly used? Yes or no?
Used, Professor, for routers?
Yes. I think I explained this, right? Before?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the /30, you know, for the routers, right? Especially if this is like a serial port, right? And then you only, okay, so this is a network, right? And typically they use /30. First usable host IP address and the last usable host IP address, right? So for this network, this kind of network, /30 is commonly used. Okay, so I'm done with this problem 35, okay? And in a minute, I'm gonna talk about problem 36, okay? Thank you. Let's take a break.